Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show. That's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey, there we go. Now we're on. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. Hopefully we're going to not freeze up like we did on Thursday. If it does, just keep listening. You know, that's how it works right here. It's crazy.
It's the Weekend Review. Top Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man.
What's up, Fred Flintstone? Hi, Lee Reed. What's going on, brother? Ed's so wiki in the house. I like that, Clay Davis. Hello, music enthusiasts. Hi, Steve Stein. Hi, Daniel Bryant. Ditch in the house. How are you? Welcome on a Monday, everybody, to the Hall Around Town Radio show. As belted out there by Sweet Sister Mercy. Thank you for the theme song, boys. Always good. Always good. What's going on? Johnny Fink in the house. Johnny, great job judging that contest at the Bell. Yes. The voice at the Bell ended up last night with a epic night. I was not there, but an epic night. After all, just wonderful. So welcome. And I'm sure Karis will be elaborating on that tomorrow as we go live with Hot Topic Tuesday, I would hope. She'll give the scoop on it. Dewey in the house. Great to see you over the weekend, my friend. It's always great to see my music-loving friends over the weekends. And we saw a lot of them this weekend. It was a lot of fun. And yes, lots and lots of them. So if you're out there, guys, say hi. We'd love to hear from you. I see Barry Taylor jumping in, Bill Allred, Rob Hoding. How are you, Rob? From Stranger. What's going on, Barry? You doing all right? Looks like Brian Scott is in the house. Yes. Hello, Bill. Thanks for being here. Guys, I'm going to get this started. I've got a lot to talk about. Had a big weekend of music this weekend, kicking it off. Actually, last week we mentioned it on the Thursday show, but thank you to all our friends who braved a cold night last Wednesday. It's in the 80s now. It was in the 40s then. And we're out for our Name That Tune. We had over 200 people on the patio, 27 teams playing with us. How cool is that when it's colder than hell? Literally. I guess that's hotter than hell, but colder than ice it was. Kevin Cooper in the house. How are you? Good to have you with us, guys. Everybody on here. Say hey to each other if you know each other. Say hey. Barry and Lee are having a moment between each other. Hi, Rick. Rick Ambergy. Who the hell is that? How you doing, Rick? Good to see you. It's Willie's birthday. Yes, it's Willie's birthday. Yeah, you know, he probably would have appreciated being born on 420, but it's close enough, isn't it? It is. For real. Welcome to your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more, all around town radio, and your home for everything music. Don't forget to hit the share button on our shows anytime you're watching them. Share them with your music-loving friends. We appreciate that. Just like you did on Thursday. We had some great views, 3,000 views on that show. So that's doing well for our Who's Playing Out segment, brought to you by our friends at Heather's now. And thank you, Heather, for being our sponsor on that one. We lost our longtime friends from Froggies who sold the business. And so Heather picked up and took over for the sponsorship on that one. So thank you so much, Heather, for jumping in there and keeping us rolling here at All Around Town Radio. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We are on Instagram, the Book of Face, obviously, YouTube. If you want better audio and picture quality, even though I've got a face for radio, tune in on the YouTube channel, guys, because it is where it's happening. And also, we are out there on the TikTok. I'm trying, but I don't know anything about it. And we're on the X platform, but we don't tweet. So I'm just a voyeur on there. I am. So welcome, Brian Mendorf in the house. Got to see him over the weekend as well. We're going to chat about them here at the last part of the show today. Hi, Jim. What's going on? Jim got to play my neck of the woods this weekend. I actually saw you setting up, Jim, as I was heading out of town, man. So hope you had a great show at Mr. Burroughs. Let's roll on through here, though, and talk about our weekly programming before we get into our weekend in review. And don't forget, every Thursday, it is Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Heather's. Every Wednesday, it's Wednesday with the band. This week, we've got Sherry Soriano on talking about her experience at Rock Camp. She went to Rock Camp, and Coleman went with her, and it was some good stuff there. We're going to have them on the show on Wednesday at noon. Love to see you join us for that one. If you can't join us live, join us later, what we like to say. And any ideas you may have for Hot Topic Tuesday, send them our way. We can always use them. Karis and I will get on a tangent and have some fun with that. And yeah, I know I've had several messages. Yeah, I pissed her off last week. But you know, it happens. We're co-hosts, and sometimes we don't agree. We don't. It just, so thanks for all the messages recognizing something I already recognize. That's how it works. So yes, any local music or bands you'd like to see on our shows, please send them our way as well. And we'll try to feature them on our Wednesday with the band. So like I said, this week in music for us, Wednesday was a killer night. 27 teams, 200 people in the cold. It's going to be epic this week. This will probably be the beginning of our real busy season on that Name That Tune show. I've got 3 nights this week where I'm hosting something, so we'll tell you about that at the end of the show. I want to talk about our Friday, though. That's where I got started seeing live music this weekend. Was off on Thursday, but certainly took in a Friday show, and I want to talk about that. Let me say hi to Dave Wade here. Got to see him. We're going to talk about him as well. And Fred Flintstone got to see Billy Strings and Brady Seals, and then Kevin Cooper. Well, what a combo that is, the Coop. Yes, there, guys. Let us know who you are, and if you're checking in today, say hi. We'd love to see from you. I see Misty popping up. How you doing, Misty? Good to see you. Jeremiah Throwbridge in the house. Haven't seen you in ages, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. So I want to talk about Jake Hambone Davis, as he's known. Hambone. Yes, I said it. Jake Davis. This cat is one cool blues player, let me tell you. And, you know, I've talked to a lot of the blues community in Cincinnati about him, and a lot of people just don't know Jake. They need to know Jake. This guy is killer. Saw him at the Crooked Handle in Springboro on Friday night. And let me tell you, Jake Davis can play, man. He is a blues player. If you like blues music, go see Jake Davis. Hands down, great player. Start with Crooked Handle. We went to have dinner there and enjoy a show as well and see Jake. But Crooked Handle, man, has some of the best food as well you'll ever eat. And, do I look like a guy that doesn't eat? No, I like groceries. And I'll tell you, great food at Crooked Handle. Had the crispy chicken sandwich. Life-changing. It is. It's life-changing. Amazing food at Crooked Handle. And a nice, wonderful staff there, too. They're great people. I got a chance to do some trivia nights there over the winter months, and they're just wonderful folks. But everybody raves about their food. And now, so when you combine great food with great blues music, and this guy doing it solo, and, he doesn't overplay the looper or any of that stuff, but he gets that rhythm going, rhythm guitar loop going, and then throws some solos in that are face-melting blues solos. Just an amazing player, Jake Davis is. And it's funny because we were sitting next to people. It was crowded, so we only got a seat at the bar, actually, not at a table. And we were sitting next to some folks who had never seen him, and they were commenting about how good he was. And it was so funny to see folks saying, "Oh, I've heard that before, and I've heard that before." But, a lot of people aren't familiar with the real blues standards and some of the stuff that Jake plays, but he just kills it. And he gets out and works the audience with that wireless guitar and is out there entertaining. And what a wonderful night it was to kick off our Friday night with him. So I will tell you, follow him on the Book of Face, Jake Hambone, Hambone, one word, Davis, please. Go like his page, guys, and follow some of his stuff. He posts some videos and that. He tells some stories between songs, which is enjoyable to hear. And just a really humble, nice young man. So please check him out if you can. Hi, Mary. Thanks for being here. Good to have you. Clay Davis. I bet he's related to Jake. What do you think? I think so. Hi, Quentin Fife from Ladder in the house. Thank you for being with us today. If you're out there, guys, give us a shout. Let us know who you are. Say hi, if you will. And we'd like to entertain you and say hi to you, too. So let me say one more thing about Jake. Very humble guy as well. Just really into his craft. I've seen him play with a full band. I've seen him play solo now. And straight shooting, he's just a wonderful player. So please check him out. Johnny Fink, if you're out there, get familiar with Jake Davis. I mean, you've been to all those blues competitions. You've won everything that you can in the blues world. Get familiar with Jake Davis and see if you guys can connect sometime. I'd love for you to hear him play, and I'd love for him to maybe be able to play your stage sometime with you, because you'll be amazed at this cat. He is so good. What's going on, Connie? Thank you for being here. Ryan Schwab, thanks for dropping in today. So on our Friday night, we made 3 stops. So that was our first stop, and that was at Crooked Handle Brewing in Springboro. We kind of made the Springboro Miamisburg night that night. Then we ran on down the road, just 3 minutes from Crooked Handle. There's so many music venues in Springboro, guys, I'm telling you. Down the road from Crooked Handle is Mr. Burroughs Tavern. And I've been saying it wrong on the show. I always say Faleros, but it is Falieros, I believe, is the way it was pronounced. Steve Falieros Project. Connie, tell me if that's right or wrong. I'd love to know. The Steve Falieros Project at Mr. Burroughs. Let me tell you what I got to see, and I was there for a little bit. We were there for most of a set, and as we had 3 different stops to make. So I did, and she said, yes, I hit it right. Thank you so much. How about that? On the first try tonight. We were there for just 1 set, and this set, the band was rocking. Brian was beating on them drums. It's a tough room sometime for sound there, too, with the drummers. Brian was beating on them drums, but I will say Steve and his vocals just fantastic. His guitar playing. We got a double shot of Cheap Trick right off the bat. I Want You to Want Me and Surrender thrown in there. Some Tom Petty. Gosh, what else? The Rolling Stones. They did Dead Flowers. Not a lot of bands do Dead Flowers by the Stones. They did Wild Horses. Gosh, what else? They did some Wings music. Elton John, Benny and the Jets. Then threw in a Thin Lizzy tune, which I dearly love. The Boys Are Back in Town. Just quality music for a 3-piece band, guys. It's Steve on guitar. I don't know the bass player's name. Brian on drums. I wish I did. So if somebody knows the bass player's name, please give him a shout out there. if you will. We'd love to hear from you. There's Springfest in the Berg. Hey, speaking of Springfest, before I go into anything else, let me mention, watch our page, because I'm going to be emceeing that event at Springborough's new Riverfront Park. I was there yesterday. It is absolutely outstanding. The band shell, everything. Our friend Mike Coons is going to be on sound. It's going to be an epic party down there in Miamisburg. And check out our page. I'll be posting the schedule of events tomorrow. So take a peek at that if you would. And come down and join. It's going to be some great bands there that you're either familiar with or you need to get familiar with. And that'll be going on. They were hanging the sound system yesterday that the city purchased. It's going to be a permanent sound system. Quality stuff. It looked really good. So looking forward to that. Love that weekend and the party that we get to have there in Miamisburg with some great music, crafts, games, food, everything for the whole family. So we'll get you some more ad on that a little later. Thank you, Connie. Tom Winter on bass with the Steve Falieris project. Now, I meant to go see them at Heather's one night, and they got canceled because of the weather. It got so cold that they just canceled the show. But I got to finally see the full band with Steve. I've seen Steve play with his previous bands and so on and such. So I got a chance to see him there and in a little bit of an entirety of a set. And that was fun and really good band, great vocals, great musicianship. So please, if you haven't followed them, do so as well. Then we made a last stop at the Miamisburg Moose on Friday night with the second set of the Tailgate Band. Well-rounded group. I did not know who was even playing. We went up there for a minute to see who was playing. Tailgate Band was at that point who it was until we walked in. And our friend Dwayne on keyboards, who I hadn't seen in a long time, Dwayne was playing, and he originally played, I believe, Jay Clark's. I mean, he was with a lot of bands. Dwayne was in the house playing keys along with a well-rounded group, great guitar work, keyboard work, and strong vocals on a variety of cover songs. And if you know the Moose on a Friday night, they've got a built-in crowd already that's ready to dance and party. And the people were up dancing, having a great time with the Tailgate Band. And again, a variety of songs, not just country. A lot of people are like, oh, they're only country. These people say that aren't country. You got to give these bands a try because a lot of them are incorporating other genres into their mix. So please give those guys a try in the Tailgate Band as well. I was not there long enough to write anything down, do a whole lot, but we did get a chance to see them and enjoyed it. Always about the Moose is I can't ever get pictures of the bands there that are worth the crap because I don't know what it is. They've got all these lights. I mean, there's LED wash lights everywhere. I just can't get them to be bright. And where the band stand, it always looks dark. So that's the only thing about pictures. But otherwise, band putting on a show, had people up dancing, hopping around the dance floor, doing everything they could do. There were some great dancers out there to watch. A lot of fun. And if you're a member of the Moose, you know it's a fun place to go on a Friday night. They have a big steak dinner night, which always draws a big crowd. And then a huge drawing that night as well for some money, which makes people show up. So it's a good band to play. It's short. Thank you for being here. And if you're out there again, please make sure you certainly say hi. We'd love to hear. Yeah, Brian, it's a room. I will tell you, it's just the thing in that room sometimes. You hit the snare, it drives like a nail through the back of the room, and when you're hitting it hard, it happens. It does. So don't take that as a negative, man, because you were a fantastic drummer and you were playing so well that night. I want to see you on a big stage with outdoors where you can really just cut loose, because I know you have to tone down in there quite a bit. You got a cool looking kit too. I like your drum kit a lot. So there's my friends from Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart, who have joined us today. And we're getting ready to segue into them in just a moment. But I want to thank Miamisburg Moose again. I want to thank Mr. Burroughs Tavern for the hospitality. And of course, Crooked Handle for a great meal, and Jake Hambone Davis for a great night of music as well. So Steve Faliero's project, please follow all these guys we're talking about. Tailgate Band. If that's all you do, if you don't even share our shows, if you like these musicians' pages, we will have done our job, because that's what we're here for, guys, to support local music. Deep breath. Got to get into Saturday. Can I talk about Saturday, please? Would anyone else like to talk about Saturday? Raise your hand if you want to talk about Saturday night. What a night it was. It was. Hey, Doug Drew, we got the whole damn band here today. I like it. Except Mr. Cuesta. I don't see him on here. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Ed Sawicki again. Thanks for being here. What's going on, Carlos? From Spongeworthy in the house and Britches Down. Thank you for being with us. Colleen, happy Monday to you. And Colleen, I finally got to your friend request, by the way, today. And I'm sorry for those of you that wait in the queue there. Unfortunately, when Facebook allows, or the Book of Face, did I say Facebook? The Book of Face only allows you 5,000 friends. When you get to that point, you got to kill somebody off before, and boy, I shouldn't have said that, before you can allow another friend in. So that's what we're doing. And I got to it today. And Dewey said Saturday was pretty special. Let's talk about Saturday. Now, Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart. I think this is my, I don't know, third or fourth time seeing this act. I'm going to tell you, it is made up of some of the most professional, kindest, wonderful people you'll ever meet. And what a combo they've put together here in this band. I cannot think of two more perfect people to play Ann and Nancy Wilson on that stage than Melissa and Ann. I mean, Melissa Singer-Reed, Ann Coleman, songbirds of their generation, if I can use a corny pun. Absolutely beautiful job on every song they sang. And I will tell you, the rest of the band makes it happen. Brian Coleman on guitar, lead guitar, Ann Coleman obviously on guitar, Dave Wade on bass, Jim Cuesta on keyboards, Doug Drew back there beating the skins. An amazing group of talented people. Now, there are some highlights of this show, but I'm going to tell you first of all their set list. I'm going to tell you the songs that you missed if you weren't there. Because it is hugely important that you know. Hi, Tom. Thanks for being with us. Hugely important that you know what this band is doing and the amount of talent that has to go into this to play these songs, which are not easy to play to begin with, vocally and musically. And what we got here? Ray says, great time at the Blue Note Dreamboat Annie. Great band, great sound lighting. Yeah, we're going to talk about production as well. Thanks for being here, Ray. It was good to see you that night. And wow, Carlos getting in a shameless plug. Are you getting a shameless plug in, or was that last week? Is that this week? Or I can't remember. They all run together to me. All right, I'm going to talk about the first set. Wild Child, Kick It Out, Heartless, Who Will You Run To? Never, Nothing at All, Straight On. And then I'm going to tell you, These Dreams was a quintessential moment in the show. I will say that this brought a tear to my eye, just as the opener for the second set did. I can't begin to tell you how good These Dreams was. And Ann taking the lead on that vocally, and Melissa singing some I don't even want to call it backups. It was the harmonies, oh my God, it was just so good. And it had the crowd feeding out of their hand. They were really, truly, you could have heard a pin drop in the place while it was going on. It was that good. And what do we got? Yeah, Dewey, I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to get to the production side of things. So that was a highlight for me. Love Hurts was great. Stranded, Little Queen, All I Want to Do, and What About Love ended up the first set. Now, that in itself would be a Heart show. You just go hear those songs, boom, mic drop, you're out. But no, they come back for set number 2 and absolutely slay it. And set number 2 comes to life with even more energy And first of all, if you've ever seen any of these players play and the folks that they play with, I mean, they play with some really epic bands in the area, as you may know, such as, you know, the Eagles Project, DV8, all, you know, a whole bunch of folks that come together. Blackbone Cat, who was there. I saw Rick Kern in the house. So, you know, some really amazing folks, as I'm trying to say here. They opened the second set after working the room when they're worn out from doing the first set, working the room like champs and shaking hands, kissing babies, and being friendly to everybody, which brings people back to their shows. I will say that. They opened up with Dog and Butterfly with a spotlight and two lovely ladies singing. It was just beautiful. And that's one that brings the heartstrings out. I mean, it's an amazing show, guys. If you haven't seen it, you must see it. And what else we got here? Sean Cooper, thank you. I'll get to the second set here. Desolate in the house. Hi, Tim Evans. Thank you for dropping by. Speaking of the wonderful Velvet Crush in the house. So Dog and Butterfly. I Didn't Want to Need You. Baby Lestrange. How Can I Refuse? There's the Girl. Alone. Love Alive. And then they go out with an absolute, I don't know, what do you call it? Just an absolute blasting, blow the roof off set out of there with Crazy on You, Even It Up, Barracuda, Magic Man, and their final song. And if you've ever watched this video from the Kennedy Center Honors, it's one of the most epic Kennedy Center Honors moments ever, where they sang Stairway to Heaven as Led Zeppelin was being inducted into the Kennedy Center Honors. And they end with Stairway to Heaven, and Melissa tore it up. I mean, just her vocals. I just love her vocals. I love Ann's vocals as well, but Melissa on this song, my God, she blew the roof off. And there wasn't, nobody left. You know, people start to leave at concerts and things, and they bug out early, have other places to go. And there was so much going on in Cincinnati that night. There were so many things happening. I mean, Prisoner was back playing. There was, great things happening at the Bell. It was everywhere, but people came to this show to see this Heart show, and they stayed till the very last note. In fact, they stayed after the last note to hang out, but Stairway to Heaven just absolutely wowed me. And I do want to say, this would not be possible. None of this show would be possible without the amazing sound engineering, for lack of a better term. The guy out front, the front of house man, Todd Buck. I've said it before. He has got a superhuman ear for hearing things. I went to the back of the room. First of all, the place was so packed. During the second set, my old ass went to the back of the room and sat down at a table in the very back of the second ballroom at the Blue Note. And let me tell you, back there, I could hear every single instrumental note played by everyone, from keyboards to tom hits on the drum, everything. Todd Buck has this stuff dialed in like none other. One of the best sound engineers ever known to man. I'm telling you. And David Mills is in the house. Pamela, thank you for being here. Carol, got to see Carol. That was another one of my music loving friends I got to see Saturday night, along with Dewey, Josette, a whole lot of people there. Lori was in the house. Brett Brock, how are you? Hi, Shane. Sorry, guys. So with that said, we've got Lee Reed up front running the show, handling all the stage movement, all the sound, the in-ears, everything else. He's doing all that. And then Brian Middendorf on lights, and I got a chance to stand by Brian during the first set and watch him work. This is a guy that's proud of his craft, man. He does a great job. And he was, his blackouts are spot on. I mean, it makes the show. When production is good, it makes the experience for the consumer so much better. And the production there is top shelf. And they take pride in that. And this is not a band. This is a family. I mean, this is a group of people who the lighting guy, Brian, is just as important as the guy playing keyboards on stage or anything else. They take it as a family on the road, and that's what makes it work. And it's so special. And absolutely. Lee's saying hi to Grandma, who's watching from Panama City, Florida. I love it. Hi, Grandma. How are you? Thanks for watching. That's cool. I like to hear that. But if you missed this show on Saturday, you have an opportunity to go online and get tickets. I think is it today or tomorrow, Lee, that they go on sale? Memorial Hall in Cincinnati for October, I believe, is when this is happening. And go online and get tickets. And at Memorial Hall, the acoustics are wonderful too. This will be a wonderful place to see a show. So do that. They are on sale now. I got to get some. On sale today, Dave Wade said. Listen to this. Got to get some. They are also going to play in Lawrenceburg on the river. So, follow Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart, and go see him. I can't emphasize it enough. You will walk away from this show saying, I just saw Heart play. You will. I mean, it is perfection. And I've been to Heart shows. Believe me, I've seen them. I can tell you it is as good or better. I hate to say it that way, but it is. And it, it's unfortunate when Heart tours, they tour a lot of dates, and you don't always see the best shows sometimes because they have to punch musicians in and out and things like that. It's not always as tight. This show is tight. It's a production. It's wonderful. So go see him. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I got to say about that. It is. Tom got to see Second Wind at the Bell on Friday. Wow. They aren't they great? Love the horn section in that band. Yes. Thank you, Lee, for dropping. I think you probably dropped the link in there. Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So, Dewey, you were there. Any comments you have to make? Throw them in the comments if you do. I hope I covered it well, but there were so many special moments. I can't mention them all, but they're so good. And I have to say thank you. And it was totally unnecessary, but Melissa, thank you for the shout out you gave All Around Town Radio. It is so much appreciated. And I just can't get over that you even take time out of your busy night to do that. So thank you so much. And killer guitar, Brian Coleman, Ann Coleman, Dave Wade thumping that bass and singing his heart out. Jim Cuesta, the professor on the keys, and my man Doug Drew back there, who never misses a beat, literally. What a great time. And Melissa Singer Reed with those powerhouse vocals along with Ann. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Blue Note, for a good night. And that's what we got today, guys. It's our weekend update for you. It was a great weekend. Going to be busy coming up this week. I've got 3 events. I'll be at Mr. Burroughs tomorrow night hosting Trivia Night. Wednesday night, our special Name That Tune night. This is week 5. It's normally our opener this week, but we opened a month early. So week 5 of Name That Tune on the patio at Heather's. Love to see you there. Reservations are highly recommended for that one. And then on Thursday, I'll be back at Heather's. I'm doing the first Thursday all summer long, other than the 4th of July. We're taking that one off. First Thursday, we're doing specialty nights, and this week it's Friends Trivia. We're going to have some fun with that. Maybe even having some who's got the Monica hair thing. Who's got the Rachel. You never know. It's all coming your way on Thursday. So we'd love to see you there. That's at 6:30. That's a half hour earlier than our normal time. Dave Wade, thank you, man. I got to say something too, Dave, before I go. Every member of your band, at one point throughout the night, I had a chance to interact with or say hi to, and you guys are super special. To even, as busy as you are and as much music as you have to play, you guys got it figured out on how to take care of your audience. And just talking to you, Dave Wade, is always a pleasure. So thank you. And to see all those musicians in the audience, my God, there were so many musicians there. Like I said, I saw Rick Kern. We talked for a bit. Just so many people stepping up to see this band and enjoy themselves. So thank you to Dreamboat Annie, a tribute to Heart, for making my Saturday night special. There we go. We'll see you next time here at All Around Town Radio, guys. I'll be back with Karis tomorrow, live at 5. Spreading joy and judgment. I'm the joy. Guess who's the judgment? See you then. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend.
Jake Davis, that's a demerit for being late, buddy.
I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul.